Thank you and welcome to my channel, Simply Your World, where we discuss past and present events that will affect you if they haven't already. You know, from defunding the police to the migrant crisis and all the things that surround it, bridge collapses that are by the day seeming to be more and more of a conspiracy than just an accident. And then you got videos like this. A lot of people like to throw around the word eroding the fabric of America. If you don't understand what that means, this video should embody it for you. Afterwards, I really don't need to have any analysis or commentary, but I'm going to come back with my analysis just to, drive it home or just to give my thoughts on it. Check this out, and then I'll be right back.
It is full speed ahead for the MTA's costly and controversial congestion pricing plan. The board giving the green light to a proposal to charge a fee to drive into Manhattan's central business district.
And now there's going to be a 4-month public comment period. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer here now with more. Marcia.
Maurice and Christine, MTA Chair Jano Lieber said the MTA board bought the fee proposal, and I quote, hook, line, and sinker. But a few so-called tweaks may be in the offing, changes sought by Mayor Adams.
The motion passes.
By a vote of 9-1, the MTA board approved the recommendations of the Traffic Mobility Review Board to charge high fees to drive into Manhattan below 60th Street. The lone holdout, David Mack of Nassau County.
I cannot vote for it. Maybe there's other ways, tolls, federal government, other subsidies, other taxes.
Mack reflecting the views of suburban commuters on both sides of the Hudson, alarmed at the stiff fees they will have to pay during the day. $15 for cars, $7.50 for motorcycles, $24 for small trucks, $36 for big trucks.
I just think that this is just an added burden.
But Catherine Wild, a member of the mobility panel and the head of the Partnership for New York City, said companies are supporting congestion pricing because of the high cost of congested roadways to their bottom line.
Excess traffic congestion is costing the New York City region over $20 billion a year.
And while the board adopted the panel's recommendations in its entirety, there were calls from board members for a number of changes sought by Mayor Adams. Exemptions for people going to medical appointments, exemptions for school buses, and helping the yellow cab industry get on its feet by not forcing passengers to pay an extra $1.25.
They are still struggling to recover from the pandemic. There's still 54% fewer trips in the central business district and 25% fewer taxis on the road.
I think it's essential to provide some exemption, particularly for those with public school children. I don't want to add another burden to the public education system and the charter schools.
Although the review board argued against exemptions, saying every exemption would raise the base toll, the plea to exempt school buses appeared to touch a receptive chord.
We do want to exempt school buses. That's work that needs to take place about how do we identify school buses, most of which are operated by private companies that are carrying public school students versus school buses that are functioning as party buses.
Now, the public hearings will take place at the end of February and early March. Officials hope to start the program in the spring, but it's conceded it's being held up by 2 suits filed by officials in New Jersey. And that's not the only problem. I'll have that part of the story coming up at 6 o'clock.
Yes, there's going to be all this public discussion, but can we reasonably expect, Marcia, for there to be much difference between what we see now and what ultimately comes out? No.
It's probably unlikely, because what the board and the mobility board said was that every time you do a tweak and you give somebody an exemption, the base fare goes up, and $15 is already something people are choking on.
Truly.
It's really going to hit so many people right in the wallet.
We'll see you at 6, Marcia. Thank you.
Now, do you see what I mean by eroding the fabric of America? Let's think about the average working person that's struggling day to day just to make ends meet. Maybe just got this job, maybe just got this car, whatever the case is, trying to, pinch pennies, get to that next check. Now they got to pay $15 extra if they're driving a car. Just for example, not on top of everything else. If they're driving a car, they got to pay $15 a day on top of their normal expenses. To me, eroding the fabric of America is impeding the everyday citizen's ability to function on a day-to-day basis with what they have. You got to do more. Think about the suburban people that's got to drive downtown to the business district. Because in most places, from most cities are set up, you know, you got the suburbs way out here. In the cities is where the business districts are. So 9 times out of 10, it's set up like that as well in New York. I've never been there, but it's just what it seems like to me. And maybe it's different. I don't know. Maybe you can leave a comment and tell me how it is set up in New York. But just going off the way our city is set up here, a lot of people from the suburbs are going to have a lot of issues. Now, we may think that a lot of the well-to-do people that live in the suburbs got a lot of money flowing. Some do, but a lot of them don't. That's going to affect a lot of different people. Think about the businesses that's delivering. On top of that's going to get passed down to the customers. The customers are going to pass that tax down to us. I mean, pass down to the business, and the business is going to pass that tax down to us. So it's still gonna hurt the average person. And like they said in one of the videos I was watching, companies are the ones that want to implement this situation because it destroys their bottom line, because most of the people that I guess want to spend money or have the ability to spend money or have the money to spend can't make it down there to spend money in their eyes. I didn't post that part of the video or one of that video I watched, but that's pretty much what it said. The companies are the ones that want to implement this more than just the average person, of course, because they got the money to spend. You know, it's crazy. If y'all made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe. It'll definitely help my channel. I appreciate it. And until next time, you have a good day.